What's up, everybody? Got a special video for you today. I'm going to do an unboxing. My buddy Pete from high school sent me out a box of new beers. I didn't know this one was coming today. My wife called me at lunch and said, you got a box on the porch? So I was super excited to come home and see this sitting here. If you notice, this box looks like it's been to hell and back. Kind of interesting. Pete and I have been trading beers for probably about a year or so now. I think when I first started this project, he reached out to me. I haven't talked to him in ages. And he said he wanted to send out some beers from Pennsylvania. So he's down in the Philly area. And I'm sending them to him from Northwest Ohio and Southern Michigan. The beers out around this area. And one thing we kind of did was kept sending the same box back and forth. Now, if you look at it, it's been reinforced on the edges, all kinds of duct tape, all kinds of packing tape. I think it was just kind of interesting to see how far this thing can go. I know my wife got a box in the mail today from Chewy. Her and my daughter are picking up I think a lop-eared bunny this weekend, so they bought this cage for it. And it came in this kind of crap cardboard. The minute they touched it, it disintegrated. And I thought, it's got nothing on this beauty. I know we had to, reinforce it, but this box has made several trips from Northwest Ohio to Southeast Pennsylvania, which is kind of crazy. And it's been kind of fun to see how many times we can trade it back and forth and, see what it can put up with. Now, I threw in some padding, some different stuff, and obviously we protect the beers quite well, but it's kind of cool to see what we're going to break open today. Now, it's kind of odd this arrived today. I was wearing this shirt to work today. I don't know if you noticed it in the other videos. It kind of has a small logo here on the breastband, but this is basically a shirt that's designed to honor one of the heroes from our high school. At one point, Northeast Catholic High School for boys in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was the largest boys Catholic high school in the world. So back in the 50s, it was a huge high school. It went out of business a few years back, which was really a nail in my heart. Now, I've pursued higher education, and I have a bachelor's degree, 2 master's degree, a JD, and an LLM. Went to a lot of great schools, and I appreciate what they did for me. But the one place that really, I think, made me the person I am was Northeast Catholic High School. It was the first place where they really treated you like an adult and let you thrive, and that meant a lot to me. So whenever they have, shirts, I always kind of buy them. And when I saw that hero Michael Strange, who was a cryptographer or cryptologist for the military, and basically he was part of the Extortion 117. First they went in and killed bin Laden, and then they died under, what are somewhat mysterious circumstances. And a lot of people kind of questioned the method in which some of the folks that were part of that bin Laden raid died. Now, I'm not going to get into what happened to this or that, but I still recognize Michael Strange as a hero, for the country, and not only that, for us North Catholic guys. So, wearing the shirt with great pride, opening a box from another North Catholic grad. So, even though I'm out here and I don't see too many North people, you still have that link to the past. All right, let's check this out. So, if I don't stab any of these beers, let's see what we got today. Now, as you know, Pete and I take great care in wrapping these beers so they don't get damaged. It's kind of funny to me because I know Anderson trades beers with some folks down in Georgia and other places. And I know one time he showed up with straight up a box and just some beers thrown in it. And everyone was in perfect shape, which to me is amazing. Because, I put them in my car, 2 of them explode and 1 breaks. So, maybe it's just a bit of luck. Maybe he's luckier than I am. But, it is what it is. I still take precautions, and I know Pete usually does as well. All right. So we have our markings on the inside. See here, we've been playing tic-tac-toe as it goes back and forth. Tenui nec dimittam, which is the motto of our high school, which means in Latin, I've taken hold and I will not let go. Our mascot was a falcon with the claws to take hold. Go Birds is an Eagles quote. This box is the very definition of sustainability. I replied with, our carbon footprint is 0, right? This box is making things go back and forth. Good to see. The foam rubber has survived. I got these in the box from Coleman's Military Surplus, where I had those glasses, but it's quite thick and quite useful, so I figured I'd save these and use them again. This Amazon box has also been through hell and back again. Glad to see it's still here. Some of our reusable packaging. All right, let's see what we got. Pull out these canned beauties from the great Commonwealth of PA. I think we started off doing like 6 and 6, but to be honest, it's kind of turned into whatever the heck we can squeeze into this box. is whatever we trade. I'm always excited to share the beers we have out here. I watch a lot of beer videos with guys all over the country and all over the world. And I know one of the great things is, checking out something you don't normally see in your area. So this is one of the great, the great enjoyment of doing this is kind of what's going to show up, right? It's like buying a beer lottery ticket. All right, beer number one. See, we've been reusing these, so now we know they easily pop out the top with the duct tape, and it works quite nicely. Sullivan's Brewing Company. Never heard of this place. Kilkenny, Ireland. Are you kidding me? A nice Irish beer. I'm Irish. I'm of Irish descent. I'm an Irish citizen, so I'm thrilled to get this one, Pete. Thank you. I've never had kind of an Irish beer other than the generic crap you generally find on the shelves, or the crappy Irish brewery that works at Aldi. So, Kilkenny, Ireland, Sullivan's Brewing Company, Maltings Irish Ale, batch brewed and hand-packed in Ireland. Brewing is in our blood. My family is from Sligo, Ireland. So where's this guy? These guys are out of Kilkenny. All right. Pretty sweet there. That's a victory already. Thanks, Pete. I'm going to have to up the ante and see what I can find some crazy, weird stuff out here for our next trade. Got a bottle of Hoften Dormaal, Zura van Tildonk, handcrafted in Belgium. Pete, you breaking out the stops this time. We going international, my brother. I thought it was going to be all Delaware and, Southeast PA stuff. Imported by 12% LLC, Brooklyn, New York. Product of Belgique, Belgium. Very interesting. And I save all this stuff and reuse it, which is also kind of ridiculous. But we've gotten our money's worth out of this bubble wrap and this masking tape. Oh, St. Bernardus, Watu, Tokyo, Belgian with ale. Now, I've had a bunch of the St. Bernardus beers. I even bought that gift pack that came with the glass. I think you got 4 different St. Bernardus beers, and I'm a huge fan of them. What is this one? St. Bernardus, Watu, Tokyo, and it has some, obviously with some Japanese letters here. Product of Belgium. Never seen this one before. Kind of cool artwork on it too. You have like the outline of what's the monk on there, right? Very interesting, Pete. Thank you. I have not seen this one, my man. This is like Christmas for beer lovers, right? Proximity Pilsner, traditional Pilsner, brewed in collaboration. Who is this by? Stable 12, Billy's Best, Lucky Cat, 7 Sirens. This is yeast, wine, Stefan, hops, Mittelfru and Saaz, Proximity Pilsner. So this looks like it's probably a bunch of breweries. I've seen 1 or 2 brewery collaborations, but this looks like it might be more than that, which is quite interesting. Cool. All right. Ommegang, 3 Philosophers, Blueberry Coffee. What? Ommegang is actually one of my favorite breweries. The fact that they're in Cooperstown, New York, where the Baseball Hall of Fame is, probably doesn't hurt. I've tried a lot of their beers over the years, but I didn't even know this one was around. I've had 3 Philosophers, really good beer. But I guess this is a blueberry coffee version. So awesome. I haven't seen that out here at all. This is one of the great things about trading beers. You find stuff that's just, not elsewhere. Now you can go into the beer subscription services. Like I did the Beer Drop a couple months, but like I said, I wasn't happy with their customer service. But I was kind of thrilled to be able to pick up stuff from Colorado that I don't see on the shelves here. But at the end of the day, the customer service thing was enough that I'm not dropping $60+ a month for, crap service. Maybe the beer shows up, God knows when. But it is cool to get this stuff in the mail. Oh, this looks menacing. So this is just a stick figure in the number 4. 1 pint of SEPA steam beer. I'm going to guess that means Southeast Pennsylvania, SEPA, right? And this is brewed and canned by Stickman Brews, Royersford, PA. very interesting. If you watch the video I did a while back with my buddy Jug, Daryl, we did that beer that was a Zap Rousdower, the MST inspired one. He actually lives in Royersford. So thanks to Pete for sending me the Royersford inspired beer. Jug, Daryl, listen, you need to send me some more of these Stickman beers, my brother. This is Pete coming through with beers from your area, bro. Look at this pile of plastic. And of course, all recycled. I'll reuse all of these to send some beers back. Now I'm gonna have to step my game up with this batch, because these are some nice ones here, man. Haze Double IPA, and this is from Treehouse Brewing. Where are these guys out of? Made in Massachusetts by the Treehouse Brewing Company. So a Massachusetts beer. I can't say I've seen that. To be honest, I see very few Massachusetts beers. I think Trillium is one I see a lot of guys talk about. There's a guy named Ron, I think it's like Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools. He does a lot of the beers out of the Boston area. And honestly, I never see them. So like I said, one of the cool things about the brewing kind of craze now is there's so many local breweries. The downside is really outside of the local area, you really don't see a lot of them. So even though, you know, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, these states really aren't that far from us geographically, you tend to see Ohio, Michigan, and maybe, I don't even really see Indiana beers out here. Oh, the last one might be the coup de grace here. Sly Fox Brewing out of Pottstown, PA. And this is Slugger Unfiltered Pilsner. Now, if you look at the colors, this is obviously paying homage to the old Phillies jerseys. Now, again, I'm a child of the 80s, I guess, and maybe early 90s. I was born in the mid-70s. So for me, the Phillies uniforms were kind of these pale blue and maroon. Our new red and pinstripes are nice, but I know they're ugly, but I still enjoy these throwbacks. To me, this color scheme represents Mike Schmidt, Pete Rose, Greg Lazinski, Juan Samuel, all the great Phillies of the early to late 80s. And I'm super hyped to check this out. Sly Fox is also another brewery I remember from the early days of craft brewing. I know we talk about the craft brew thing as being relatively new, but to me, the first wave was in the 90s. I worked at a bar called the K-Town Pub in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. And on Thursdays, we would have different breweries come up and kind of, you know, I guess do a tap takeover before it really existed. But they would come up and show off their beers. I was very fortunate. I bounced and bartended and cooked, did whatever, right, depending on what they needed. I would work those shifts Thursdays. I'd be done at, I don't remember what time it was, 7 or 8 o'clock, right when the guest breweries would be coming in to set up shop. So the awesome thing was I was always the first person they see. So they always come in and give you some shirts or glasses or some different swag, and they'd set up shop. And then I'd be done work. So then once it was time to try the new beers, I could then come, take the shirt off and be a patron and try all the new beers. And I remember Sly Fox back in the day coming through the pub way back when and trying their beers. And it's awesome to see them still in business, still turning out new stuff. I don't think I've had a Sly Fox beer in probably 20 years. So I'm thrilled that this is the last one I opened, because this is probably the most sentimental for me, representing, the great state of Pennsylvania, or the great Commonwealth, sorry, Pennsylvania. So Pete, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you sending me out all these beers. I'm going to get to work trying to find some nice stuff from the Midwest to send back to you. And I'm going to try quite a few of these in beer videos that'll be coming up soon. So thanks for watching the unboxing. And if you want to see what these taste like, check them out. Check me out later. I'll be doing some videos on probably all these. I might drink an extra one here and there off camera. Sometimes you got to keep a good beer for yourself to enjoy it. It's great to share beers with the audience, but sometimes it's nice to just drink one in your yard by yourself and keep it to yourself. So, hey, until next time, I'll check you guys out later.